flames. This right here is an embodied form of the violet ray spectrum.
Tap in and tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. Live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Grand Rising with ChristoLight, your sacred space for discovering the Ascended Masters in crystal healing. Ashe.
And its keynote is will, divine will. With his blue flaming sword, Archangel Michael can free you from your quote-unquote bad karma. So you can do 741 hertz sound healing to help reattune your blue ray throat chakra. Lapis lazuli.
Use the Metatron Cube, a sacred geometric structure composed of 13 circles.
The Ray 1 is intrinsically connected to Ray 7, the violet ray. Thoth, Sheshet, Akhenaten, and the second anonymous wife, Kaya, are Ray 1 beings. Ankh, the symbol of immortality, their mascot, is the mascot of Ray 1 too, along with the blue diamond, the symbol of Lord El Moria's office of
It's
Ray
the radiant
1.
yellow ray. The yellow ray isn't just a color. It's a frequency that sparks wisdom and clarity from within. It's known to open the mind, activate your intuition, and shine insight on your spiritual
Builds
path.
your inner wisdom by connecting you to your higher self. Fires up inspiration, protects you with knowledge, it helps reveal your truth. It enhances your mental abilities of clarity of mind and intuition, where we don't have to think about being confident, or we're not trying to prove that we're confident. It's that we're just grounded in our confidence.
In the sacred journey of ascension, illuminating our path to true joy. In wisdom and humility, Lord Lanto parallels the sage Lao Tse. Their timeless insights and deep understanding offer a blueprint.
So when you think about that lineage, Lord Lantu is almost like one of the grandfather teachers to Lao Tzu, since Confucius was a teacher to Lao Tzu. Really awesome. The Golden Healer. Golden Healer is one of my favorite crystals for sure.
Tap in and tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. Live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Grand Rising with ChristoLight, your sacred space for discovering the Ascended Masters in crystal healing. Ashe.
What is going on? Grand day and grand rising to you, no matter where you are at this time in the world. I'd like to welcome you all to a fresh week and a brand new episode of this wonderful sacred series, Grand Rising with ChristoLight. So last week, I was going to be joining us to go live to continue this series. But last week, I was on an adventure, and I was in Minnesota, and I was part of a beautiful, beautiful music and arts festival that took place in Minnesota and Rochester. And it's called Frequency One. And I had the honor to teach a little bit about the alchemist that we are and what alchemy is, and I also got to do a on-stage sound healing sound bath, and that was my first time ever doing that, so that was a really beautiful experience. And I also want to give gratitude and give some love and shout out to Emily Thompson, who hosted Frequency One, And then also a shout out to every single volunteer and every member of Frequency One that made it what it was. And I also want to give gratitude to all the guests that came as well. So when I left Frequency One on Sunday of last week, my partner's timing belt broke in her van. So we were kind of in Minnesota for a couple days longer than expected. And with this happening, that kind of took me away from being able to be present and to be able to make it for holding these live spaces. So that's why I wasn't available last week. I definitely planned on going live last week to kick off what we are doing this week. But we are here now, and we are going to continue this adventure. And as you guys saw in the replay, last week, or I should say, wow, 2 weeks ago now, seems like time's flying. But 2 weeks ago, we began talking about the different rays of light. And we talked about the first ray, the blue ray of will. And that's God's will, the force that continues to permeate and continue to make life happen. It's like the foundation. And then we talked about the second ray, and that is the yellow ray, and that is illumination. So now we're going to continue, and we're going to talk about the third ray today, which is going to be the pink ray.
I don't think people understand just how transformative the pink ray can be. What's something people don't know about this gentle energy? Let's take a closer look. The pink ray, also known as the third ray of light, is all about unconditional love, compassion, and emotional healing. It's said to nurture your heart and open you up to deeper connections with yourself and others. Imagine a gentle wave of warmth that dissolves old wounds and awakens your capacity for kindness. Whether you're seeking to heal, forgive, or simply bring more love into your life, the pink ray offers a calming, supportive energy to guide you. Curious to experience it for yourself? Stick around as we dive deeper into the mysteries and magic of the pink ray in our next videos.
Yep, that's right, the pink ray. As you can tell, it has to do with feminine energy. It also helps us tap into unconditional love, nurturing, compassion, affection, and self-care. So those are some of the primary attributes of the pink ray of light that we are going to be diving into in this episode. And in these episodes, I like to give us a education thoroughly on what the subject is, as in what the ray of light is. So you guys will learn what it means from the higher perspective and how it manifests and embodies in this human life and through the universe. And then with that, I then like to talk about the chakra that you can connect with to help with that ray of light when it comes to your human avatar. And then from there, we'll talk about different ascended masters, archangels, and then we'll talk about different crystals that can connect us with this ray of light. And then as we close out, we will then do a guided self-Reiki energy activation for your pink ray of light to be able to be more present in your life. So as I typically do when we kick off, I'm going to guide us through a self-scan, self-check-in. Hydration check for everybody. Clean water. So with the self-scan, self-check-in, what I do is I just guide us for a moment to going within ourselves, focusing on our breath, and guiding the breath consciously into the areas of our mind, and then into our emotions, and then into our physical body that could use rebalancing, clearing, and activation. So for this practice, feel free to go ahead and get comfortable. And as you get comfortable, relax your shoulders, get your back straight, and just relax your body. Check in with the jaw, make sure you're not clenching your teeth, relaxing your feet. And go ahead and get yourself ready, and we'll be back in 44 seconds. All right, so go ahead and get yourself comfortable, get ready to receive, and go within yourself, as I'm going to now guide us through a self-scan, self-check-in to kick off this live episode. And I am live for everybody out there. It's not a replay. I am currently live right now in Ohio. So feel free to ask questions in the comments. Feel free to give feedback, and feel free to share what comes through you as well throughout this episode. So as we get comfortable, we're going to go ahead and start focusing within. Relaxing our shoulders, relaxing our body. Closing our eyes and begin to focus on the breath. And as we focus on the breath, breathing in through our nose, drawing that breath all the way down the body into the earth, and then exhaling out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. Continue to focus on this breath as I guide us through the mind, emotions, and body to bring balance and restoration. And as we continue to focus on the breath, we're going to now go ahead and bring focus into the mind, our mental body. And as we breathe and internally focus on the mind, I now ask us the questions: do we have limited beliefs that are causing blockages and barriers in our open-mindedness, in our clarity of our connection? Are these limiting beliefs causing us to self-sabotage and not continue forward or to share the brilliance of our mind? If so, may we continue to breathe and just observe these present in the mind, allowing and knowing that the breath is bringing clearing. It is allowing it to pass and bringing clarity. Staying with the breath as we now observe in our mind, do we feel like we have any mental attachments? Mental attachments either to the past relationships, past experiences, people, places, and things. Do we feel like maybe we're too far in the future and we have attachments to fear, doubt, worry about the future? If so, may we observe and continue to bring the breath into the mind. Continuing to breathe as we soften the mind and release these cords and these entanglements, feeling our mind becoming lighter, more clear, and more fluid. Now, as we continue with the breath, we now begin to focus the breath. We now begin to focus the breath into the emotional body, feeling and tuning in to our emotions. And as we breathe into our emotions, we observe, do we have stagnant, stuffed, suppressed emotions within our energy field? Are we feeling dense and heavy with the emotions that we are carrying and not releasing? If so, may we allow the breath to be our alleviation and to support the releasing of these stored emotions. Continuing with the breath as we observe in the emotions, do we have any emotional triggers or attachments to things outside of us that are causing us to feel unworthy, to feel codependent, or to feel controlling in an impulsive and narcissistic way? Being honest and just observing, not identifying with these emotions, but allowing them to flow, to release with the breath. And lastly, with the emotions, do we feel like we are being overtaken by pain, anger, resentment, fear, and other lower emotions. Staying with the breath as we clear and release these lower emotions. Now feeling our energy field of the emotions becoming more clear, becoming more watery. We now bring focus to the physical body, guiding the breath into any areas where we have physical ailments or dis-ease throughout the body. Breathing in the breath as it penetrates through the cells, through your pores, through your blood, bones, ligaments, tissue, and muscles. Recalibrating the nervous system with every breath as we breathe into the physical body. Taking a moment to observe and listen to any messages that your physical body has for you in this moment. Knowing that the physical body is self-efficient, is filled with a divine consciousness in every cell, and has an automated self-healing that knows how to communicate divinely. What is it that you need for your body? Is it movement, stretching, rest, nurturing, activity? And as we begin to close out this self-scan, self-check-in of this episode, take a moment to allow yourself to be present and just allow yourself to feel and to be in this recharged and rebirthed energy. As we continue forward, we get ready to dive in the pink ray of divine light. Coming up this weekend, I am hosting my Lionsgate 8/8 retreat. I moved it from Sedona to Cincinnati, Ohio, and there's still time to get tickets as it begins on 8/8 on Friday, and it'll be on Saturday as well. Check it out.
What I wish I knew at my first retreat instead of my 10th. It's not just about healing, it's about finding your soul family. This August, you have a sacred invitation right outside Cincinnati. Imagine this: 2 days away from the noise and rush, camping beside a peaceful river surrounded by people who just get you. The Lion's Gate 8/8 retreat is your chance to explore who you truly are. Guided by ChristoLight of Sacred Light and special guest Sadhanam Singh. You'll dive deep into the mystery of the Lion's Gate portal, discover your connection to Star Home Sirius and the ancient Giza pyramids, and even build your own Egyptian chakra totem, a practice you won't find anywhere else. Ever wondered about your starseed origins? Get ready for the Akashic Soul Origin Meditation Therapy session. A journey within that might just change how you see yourself forever. there's more. Gong baths to shake off old energy, cacao ceremony to open your heart, an ecstatic dance to set your spirit free, all led by Sadanam. Between sessions, enjoy delicious plant-based meals and the magic of nature all around you. This retreat is about more than healing. It's about real connection, feeling safe to be yourself, and growing together as a conscious community. Join us August 8th and 9th. Tickets are $77 for one day or $122 for both. Meals, camping, and cosmic vibes included. Ready to step into your light? Reserve your spot with the link below and text Marcus at 513-238-5580 if you have questions. Your journey begins now.
All right. So yeah, if you guys have any questions and you would like to join us this weekend on 8/8 and 8/9 here in Cincinnati or Loveland, Ohio for the Lionsgate retreat, reach out to me if you have questions, and you can sign up by going to my retreat website. And I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen for you guys so you guys can browse at your own leisure and check out what retreats I have coming up for the rest of the year, as well as going into 2026. Oh, I typed that wrong. Okay, there we go. So yeah, you guys can just go to this website anytime, listen.to/Sacred Light Retreats. And it's an awesome link page where I just have it nice and laid out for you. On one page, you can see the dates, the location, the name of the retreat. And then you just click on which one you want to click on. And then you go directly to the register page. And then you just fill in your register information. That's going to be like food allergies, health issues. If you have things that you need, like a tent or a pillow or camping supplies, those are the things that get answered in the registration. So it is important that each guest fills out one of those registrations beforehand so that I can make sure and that we can make sure that we're best helping prepare you for the comfort of your experience. So yeah, you guys can visit that site right there on the screen, listen.to/Sacred Light Retreats. And you guys can tap in and you can register and check out retreats on your own by entering that website. So let's go into our education of today, which is going to be the pink ray. So we're going to use our wonderful reference that I love to use for each episode, and that is the ascensionglossary.com. All right, so the ascensionglossary.com is an amazing galactic index of ancient knowledge to galactic knowledge, whether it's Earth or in this whole universe that we're a part of. And Lisa Renee is the founder of the Ascension Glossary. She's a wonderful sidekick, channeler, and beautiful, beautiful soul that helps spread the knowledge and the truth of the Law of One here on the earth with us. You guys can check out her meditations. She has a 12D shield meditation and a lot more stuff on YouTube as well. So, the pink diamond Alohi. So these gorgeous pastel rays of pink, lilac, and periwinkles are the organic consciousness of the newly formed Metatron sun, as gifted from out of the cosmic father, pink diamond Elohi, which include the sustenance for spiritually healing the masculine principles of the Mer lineages. Cosmic Father merges his cosmic pink diamond Elohi sun with the cosmic mother's white diamond Elohi sun. And this further announced the sacred marriage between Metatron, finally united with his beloved solar dragon queen Meritaten, speaker of the Ta dragon tones or Ta dragon tones. Beloved Metatron and his counterpart Mary Ta-ten awaken to embody the sequences of the Christo Sophia solar dragon aspects into direct unification with their cosmic holy parents of the Emerald and Amethyst order, and return their organic Sophia Christos consciousness to the earth. So that's like a little bit of a brief summary about what the pink diamond ray of light embodies and brings into these multi-dimensions of life. So it mentions the Amethyst order as well as the Emerald order. The Emerald order is connected to the blue flame. The Amethyst order is connected to the pink flame, also the magenta flame. So we're going to continue on here. We'll talk about the Pegasus constellation. So the Amethyst order, the Solar Rishik Braha Arama aquatic races are parents to the Violet Flame Azurite Ascended Masters, and thus have been instrumental in ongoing negotiations and meetings with assorted fallen species. Now, when it says fallen species, this means beings that have been consumed by their lower nature and haven't found the enlightenment within their vessel to embody, to remember, and to live in the nature of knowing that they are connected to the all source and that all is a reflection of their own self. So that's what it means by fallen. We have fallen in our consciousness into our lower nature of being ignorant to the fact that we are all one consciousness and there truly is no actual separation, so to say. So, as well as instigating various genetic healing strategies while carrying out the Emerald Covenant. They have been especially busy with the recent captures and defectors. Recent events in Lyra have further highlighted the role of the cosmic Holy Father's Pink Diamond Sun, Merlion lineages, which seem to be the forefathers of the Merlin Azurites, Metatron Sun, and the Pegasi races in the Pegasus constellation. This has revealed more of the cosmic Elohi Father principle forms, such as those represented as the Greek gods of the sea, like Poseidon, Neptune, and Mer people. These extend into Mer horses, Mer deer, winged Pegasi, as well as different forms of aquatic flora and fauna we would consider to be sea creatures, seashells, and sea urchins. Thus, current events of the Christos mission have brought to our attention the role of the pink diamond Elohai, Merlion races that have come into our time matrix to reunite and gather the Elohai Mer lineages through the 11 and 12 dimensional layers of the Pegasus constellations, Alpha Star, Markov. Okay. So there's something I wanted to go back to here, and this is the Metatron Sun. And I just want to take a read through this real quick, as this has a great connection with the pink ray. So the cosmic Christos Metatron, the second stage of the cosmic dragon awakening, addressed the Peruvian gateways being controlled in Draco constellation, and this occurred during the lunar eclipse on May 16th, 2022, which activated Holy Mother and Holy Father dragon nodes that intersected on the Isla del Sol in Lake Titicaca, Peru. The cosmic Holy Father and his amethyst god body emanated the Metatron cosmic lilac sun and began weaving the cosmic Christos Metatron solar dragon king body into the 7D ley lines intersecting in Lake Titicaca in Machu Picchu. This is all very interesting that this is coming up, because I have a big one-of-a-kind retreat coming up in October. It's the 17th to the 19th, actually. And I have Peruvian honors coming out. So I have a non-broken Peruvian lineage coming out to this retreat. And Don Aguardo from Peru, he will have some of his team with him, and they will be doing a plant journey, as well as sharing beautiful non-broken healing practices and modalities with us to help us transform and find our oneness together. Along with that, we'll have live music, healing workshops from other practitioners, plant-based and vegetarian food from an indigenous chef, Grandma Katie Singing Eagle. And we have some other beautiful things going on as well, like a kids area ran by the wonderful sister Shay Brown. So that'll be in October in Ohio for all of you guys. So the cosmic Holy Father and his amethyst body emanated the Metatron cosmic lilac sun and began weaving the Metatronic god body into the 7D ley lines intersecting in Lake Titicaca in Machu Picchu. The Metatron collective are from the first god world creation of the Emerald Order, and millions of years ago have been trapped in the Huiza tunnel and inverted through the AI entanglement technology, which was called Metatronic reversal. Thus, the Cosmic Father is heavily involved in Metatronic body restoration to rehabilitate and heal all plasmic flowering expressions for reclaiming the organic Metatron family through the genetic bonds, being reconnected to their recently birthed Metatron sun. These gorgeous pastel rays of pink, lilac, and periwinkles are the organic consciousness of the newly found Metatron sun, as gifted from out of the Cosmic Father pink diamond Elohia. So we actually read the rest of this already, so I'll go ahead and skip over that. But this is all so cool to learn about. It's very fascinating when you learn these things, and then you get to see from, higher dimensional perspectives what it is that we're a part of, what it is that we've been experiencing, but seeing it from a higher view rather than our third dimensional view. It's really cool. And it all this interconnects and makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and read this as well, and then we'll continue on. So the cosmic white sun and the cosmic pink sun. The liberation of Markab was the major celebratory event for restoring Lyran organic matrices that led to the cosmic Christo Sophia hierogamic union of Metatron and Meritonin, which culminated in Machu Picchu during the electrical peak cycle earlier this year. This triple masculine cosmic Christos Metatron template is connected to the return of cosmic white sun and cosmic pink sun, sacred marriage and Lyran constellation that further migrates into Pegasus via the hosting of the cosmic Elohia Father Merlions. All right. So if you guys have any comments, any questions about this reading or education on the pink diamond energy or the pink ray of light, feel free to drop it in the comments. So with all this being said, I'd like to now invite us into a journey of exploring one of our chakras, of our 12 chakras, that directly connects to the pink ray of light. And the chakra that we're about to go over, it's not talked about a whole lot, but it is part of our 12 chakra system rather than our 7. The chakra that we're going to cover connects us with our higher love, or our Christed love, as well as our Christ conscious energy. And what I mean by that is our regular heart chakra, that green energy center in the center of our chest, it has a lot of human conditions to it. And it's also our empath center. It's where we absorb the empathic energy of others and feel empathy and feel connection. So then, what we're about to go over, which is the higher heart chakra. The higher heart chakra is located right above the heart chakra in the center of the chest and below the throat. So it's like right there at the thymus area, at the top of your chest. And that is the direct focal point of the higher heart chakra. So we're going to go ahead and go over the higher heart chakra and how it relates and directly connects us to the pink ray of light. Now, the higher heart chakra is also correlated to turquoise or aqua, as well as pink. So these soft, beautiful, cotton candy, bubblegum like colors. When you think about that, the cotton candy, the bubblegum, it brings like a very inner child and soft and loving and joyful energy typically. And the reason is because those rays of light bring that into the bubblegum or cotton candy in the way that we are sensing it. So a little bit about the higher heart chakra. It is located at the top of the chest. And then the traits, it resonates at 128 hertz. So anytime you interact with 128 hertz, and you can play it on YouTube, through instruments, through many other different facets. And when you come into contact with it, it's going to help you recalibrate and rebalance this energy center naturally. So then the color, aqua and pink. And then physically, it connects to the health and well-being of our nervous system, the breast, our blood, our hands, and our immune system. So that's pretty key. The immune system, the nerves, the blood, the breast, they're all right there in that area of the top of the chest. So if you have any issues with any of those parts of your physical body, you can clear, activate, and balance your higher heart chakra, and it'll automatically begin to help and bring support to those areas. This is also the center for transmuting darkness into pure love or pure Christ consciousness. And what I mean by that is, so our chakras work as a system together. You know, it's not just about one chakra and that one chakra works by itself. Chakras have their individualness, but then they're also a unit and a system as well. And they work together. So the heart chakra absorbs and takes in the energy, the empathic energy. And then through that, you then alchemize it and raise it up out of that chakra and up into the higher heart chakra. And through the higher heart chakra, it's able to transmute, release, and alchemize into pure source or Christ conscious energy. So again, the regular heart chakra, it absorbs the empathic energy. And then you feel compassion. You feel unconditional love with others. And then through that, when we alchemize and release, we bring it up to our higher heart chakra. And that's where it meets the Christed love that has no conditions and is infinite and eternal outside of our human heart. So it's like we use the human heart to do the missions of taking on and bringing in the energies in this world. And then that higher heart is like that co-pilot that just automatically releases and lets it go after we draw it in so we can alchemize it and give it back to source. And this is how powerful we are. We can do this for ourselves, and we can do this for our others, our loved ones, and anybody else that we feel called to hold space for. So the key is to remember as an empath that we do not want to stay with the emotions and with the energies that we have taken on, but we want to take it on, but then remember to alchemize and release it back to source, knowing that it is not for us to carry, but it is for us to help them alchemize. And that's the key. Again, it's not for us to carry, it is for us to take on and then alchemize so that we can transcend those energies for ourselves and for those that we are holding space for. Oftentimes we get caught in the empathic space of I'm taking on the emotions, or I'm unconsciously absorbing emotions, but now I'm dwelling in it, and now I'm staying in patterns and cycles of attaching to the emotions, rather than I'm transmuting it. Now I need to release it, using our tools in different ways to help release and truly let it go and alchemize. It's a process. It's definitely a process, a very living, in the moment, real process. So just remember that when you take on emotions and you be a space holder, remember your tools that help you cleanse your field afterwards or wash it out of you. That's why they say in Reiki, like take a shower at some point in the day or a bath to hydrate really well, to make sure that you're cleansing your space after practices, because we want to make sure we're truly alchemizing all the energies. All right, so that's the chakra for the higher heart. And as far as the pink ray, that is the energy center chakra that you can connect with that will help you directly bring in more of the pink ray into your life. So now we're going to go ahead and move on into talking about some ascended masters, archangels, as well as crystals that we can utilize in our everyday life to be able to interact and have experiences with the pink ray of light. So with that, we'll go ahead and begin with our first Ascended Master.
Welcome to the Spirit Spark. In this video, we'll explore the life, teachings, and legacy of Paul the Venetian, the Ascended Master of creative expression in divine love. Stay with us as we delve into his inspiring journey and the profound wisdom he offers. Paul the Venetian, also known as Paolo Veronese, was a celebrated Renaissance artist whose work continues to inspire people to this day. But his influence extends far beyond his artistic contributions. Paul the Venetian was born in 1528 in Verona, Italy, as Paolo Calieri, later known as Paolo Veronese. He was born into a family of stonecutters and was initially trained by his father. His talent for painting was evident from a young age, and he was soon apprenticed to local masters. By the age of 20, Paolo had moved to Venice, where he quickly made a name for himself with his grand, vibrant, and imaginative paintings. Paul's journey as an artist was marked by a profound spiritual awakening. His works, characterized by vivid colors and dynamic compositions, reflect his deep connection to divine inspiration. Paul believed that art was a medium to express divine love and beauty, transcending the physical realm. His masterpieces, such as The Wedding at Cana and The Feast in the House of Levi, not only showcase his artistic genius but also convey deeper spiritual messages. Life in Venice offered Paul the Venetian the opportunity to interact with other great artists and intellectuals of his time. The city was a melting pot of culture and creativity, and Paul thrived in this environment. His work was commissioned by nobility, religious institutions, and the Venetian state itself. Despite his success, Paul remained humble and deeply connected to his spiritual path. After his physical life, Paul the Venetian ascended to the spiritual realm, becoming an ascended master. He is known for guiding souls towards creative expression and the realization of divine love. Paul serves on the third ray of the divine spectrum, the ray of love and creativity. His mission is to help humanity realize their divine potential through the power of creativity and love. Paul the Venetian's teachings emphasize the importance of creativity, beauty, and love in our spiritual journey. He encourages us to see the divine in all forms of art and to express our highest selves through creative endeavors. His wisdom guides us to cultivate a heart-centered life, filled with compassion and artistic expression. Paul's influence can be seen in the works of countless artists, musicians, and writers who have been inspired by his teachings. To align with Paul the Venetian's teachings, you can integrate more creativity into your daily life. Whether through art, music, writing, or any other form of expression, allow your heart to guide you. Embrace beauty in all things and cultivate love and compassion in your interactions. Paul teaches us that every act of creativity is a step closer to realizing our divine potential. By fostering a creative and loving mindset, we can transform our lives and the world around us. Paul the Venetian's legacy continues to inspire modern artists and spiritual seekers. His teachings on the importance of love, creativity, and beauty resonate deeply in today's world. Many contemporary artists credit Paul with their creative breakthroughs and spiritual insights. His influence extends beyond the art world, touching the hearts of anyone seeking to live a life of purpose and passion. Paul the Venetian's legacy is a testament to the enduring power of spiritual wisdom and transformation. His teachings on creativity and love continue to guide seekers on their spiritual journeys. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Paul the Venetian. If you found this video inspiring, subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into spiritual figures and practices. And don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Together, let's continue to celebrate the divine beauty in all forms of creative expression.
All right, so that is our first Ascended Master of the third ray, the pink ray, and it's Paul the Venetian. So it's very interesting and unique when we get to learn about these Ascended Masters and what it is that they go through in their human journeys on this earth in order to get to a place of transcending into a Ascended Master dimension. Now, the Ascended Masters, there's a wide array of different dimensional forms of Ascended Masters. You know, the Ascended Masters are not just like already fixed to be what they are, so to say, when it comes to these embodied versions of the Ascended Masters, like Paul the Venetian, Saint Germain, Yeshua Christ, Buddha. These are all Ascended Masters, but they are still Ascended Masters that are not the original and the highest form of Ascended Mastery. They still have lower dimensional aspects of their self. When I say lower dimensional, I mean that some of them, they are in the 6th dimension, the 7th dimension, or the 8th dimension, or the 9th. When we live in a 15-dimensional universal time matrix series, which you can watch under playlist on Sacred Light Broadcast Network on YouTube. The first episode, I talk about the 15-dimensional time matrix, and I show you guys a visual of it. And the first 3 dimensions are outside of time and space. And those dimensions are nothing but pure sound tones. And those are the true original Ascended Master realms, is where it's pure sound. Then from pure sound, it then turns into pure light. And that's where the threefold flame comes in. That's episode number 2 of this series. And then from there, the 12 dimensions of incarnation and, well, I guess I shouldn't say incarnation. The 12 dimensions of form begin. And then as dimensions get lower, you get more grosser or more dense forms of the one source creator in the Ascended Master rays of light. And when I say grosser forms, I mean more dense or more heavier vibrationally. That's not good or bad. You know, we're in a 3rd dimensional body as a human being here. It's just a little bit more further away in the dimensions from being in pure source embodiment. So that's why there's a lot of ignorance on this planet. That's why as human beings, we're always failing, messing up, growing and learning, and all these different things, because we're in a 3rd dimensional body of consciousness. And with that, we got a little ways into that 15 dimension. So that means there's a lot of different guides. There's a lot of different things that have been materialized and manifested to help maintain the order of the law of one, which is the balance of life. But not just that, but to also help be beacons and guides for us while we're in these 3rd dimensional bodies, to remember who we are and to continue to ascend into our connection with Source. And this is mental consciousness. So Paul the Venetian is one Ascended Master you can connect with for the pink ray. We'll go ahead and talk about one of the archangels that you guys can connect with for the pink ray of light.
Hello everybody, it's Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and today we're going to be discussing Archangel Chamuel. That is Chamuel. That's just one of many spellings. But Archangel Chamuel most generally is known as the Archangel of Love. But there's a lot of misinterpretation with Archangel Chamuel. Chamuel is not just about, hey, I decide I want a love partner, let me meditate with this archangel, and love is just going to come knocking. Archangel Chamuel helps you find self-love first. To find self-love first. And this is the archangel that can actually help you realize your fullest potential as well. So this might come with having some discoveries about where you need to care for yourself more, energetically, mentally, emotionally, physically, all of those things, and where you need to give yourself more of a chance. Where can you be more self-reliant too, more independent? How can you put a love frequency out into the world? So when working with Archangel Chamuel, there can be things that come up that have been unresolved, okay? Things that you start realizing, you know what, I do have a pattern of doing this, this, and this, of just giving into people, or I do have a pattern of shutting people out, or I do have a pattern, you know, whatever it is, that's going to come up for you to realize. I've had so many people come to me who, they just want to get married. They just want to get married. They just want to get married. And they say, Archangel Chamuel, that's the Archangel of Love, right? So I'm going to work with Archangel Chamuel to help me find a partner. And then when it doesn't happen, they come back and say, this is all nonsense. Didn't work for me. The problem is that they're coming from a place of desperation. And chances are pretty good that when they're meditating, all of those things that cause the desperation are starting to come up to the surface for them to examine. And that can be very uncomfortable. People don't want to do that and they shut it out. And then they don't get what they expect, right? And they're coming from a space of, I just want to be married. Why? Because there's a sense of insecurity maybe, or some fear of being alone. Instead of coming into the heart space, which is what Chamuel teaches us to do to get more comfortable with that higher heart, the divine love space, along with Archangel Raphael, okay, heart space and higher heart, to connect into divine love so that you feel filled up. That way, when you do manifest love, it can be a true love partnership. See, these people weren't talking about true love. They were talking about marriage. Their intentions were in the wrong place. So Chamuel can help you go through that discovery process so that you can get over to a love connection that is, you know, divine and a beautiful connection, a soul connection. All right. Now, Chamuel can also help you find your way on your life's path. There are a lot of archangels that help with that. But again, this is a kind of energy of helping you figure out your fullest potential. And that means energetically as well. So if you want to learn more about Archangel Chamuel, I do have a course over at Gumroad. All the information is down below. I'm going to leave it there. I'm sending you all so much love and take care.
Archangel Chamuel. One of my favorite archangels to connect with. I mean, I love them all, but I love Archangel Chamuel with that pink ray energy, that softening, self-love, affectionate energy. And I really love it too, you know, that lesson and reminder of loving yourself first so you can love others properly. You know, we have so many different quotes about that in our human life, whether it's, you know, you can only love others as deep as you love yourself, or that you have to put yourself first in order to be the best for others. You know, stuff is so true. You know, when we have an empty cup and we're continuing to spill ourselves from that empty cup, what tends to happen? We get ragged. We get very doled out. We become very emotionless or over-emotional, overstimulated. We feel burnt out. We feel like we have been used. And we just do not feel that pure standing love within us. So that's why with Archangel Chamuel, he or she. Archangels are bigender, and I like to say she, but I guess it could also be he though, because he does have a twin flame archangel as well. So I'll go ahead and say he. So Archangel Shamuel, I love how he helps with that self-love aspect and the reminder of that. Because as empaths and as people of service on this planet, we oftentimes get really caught up in continuing to give, continuing to be of service. And if we're not, we feel like we're not in our purpose, or we feel like we're not bringing value to the world. So if you ever need those reminders and you like to connect with different angels and guides, Shamuel is great for that internal dialogue and that guidance of where to start when it comes to your self-love and being present with yourself, and then allowing that to be your opening to service and letting things attract to you. So we have one more guide that I'd like to play a video clip of for you. And gosh, I just love all the pink ray guides. But this one, she is very commonly known, especially in the Eastern Hemisphere. And she is definitely one of my favorite Ascended Masters of the Karmic Board and the Third Ray of Light.
Meet Kuan Yin, the radiant goddess of mercy and compassion. Revered in Asian cultures, she is a beacon of unconditional love. She symbolizes pure compassion, serving humanity selflessly. Her grace brings comfort to the distressed, healing emotional wounds. Kuan Yin is known for her boundless empathy, listening to all prayers. She offers guidance, transforming lives with her divine wisdom. Her presence is a reminder of kindness. She inspires us to nurture compassion, promoting peace and harmony in our world. Associated with symbols like the lotus flower and the vase, connecting with Kuan Yin brings peace, healing, and a deeper sense of empathy to oneself and others. Embrace Kuan Yin's teachings. Let her light guide you towards love, mercy, and compassion.
So yeah, Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is such a beautiful guide to connect with as well. And she really helps with bringing that compassionate energy. So just feeling the surrender, feeling the softness of life, having compassion for others, knowing that they are humans, going through human flaws, having shadows, going through alchemy as well, just as you are as an equal in this human journey. That is something that Kuan Yin really keys in on, is having that compassion and that understanding that others are a reflection of you and they have mistakes, flaws, and shadows just as you do as well. So with that, we allow grace and mercy to take place. But it doesn't mean we don't have boundaries. We acknowledge we have grace and mercy, but if we need to have boundaries, we remember to have those boundaries for the highest of unconditional love. So those are a few of the guides that you guys can connect with. Paul the Venetian, Archangel Shamuel, as well as Kuan Yin. And then I have a couple more. To throw in there for you guys as well. And she is very popular. She might be the most popular of all of them that we have talked about. And that is our wonderful, wonderful master of the rose codes. And that is Mary Magdalene. So yes, Mary Magdalene is also an ascended master of the third ray, the pink ray of light. And this is why she's associated with the rose codes, the unfurling of the heart. Now she represents a very balanced force of masculine and feminine energy with the pink ray. Now she represents having unconditional love and compassion for others, but also being a warrior and standing on the front line, using your voice for truth, using your compassion as a fire to bring the truth into life and to help others be able to embody their truth with their Christ consciousness. So this isn't just a passive and only soft energy that Mary Magdalene contains. She carries that deeply compassionate and furious warrior-like, unwavering of truth, feminine energy. You guys can check out the Sophia Codes audiobook or read the book. It's a wonderful channeling from Mary Magdalene, as well as different guides of the rose codes, including Isis. And speaking of Isis, this kind of leads us into the final guide that I'm going to bring up with us today. And she's pretty closely related to Isis. And that is the great Mother Mott, or you can say Grandmother Mott. So Mott, M-A-A-T, she is the archetype of the pink ray, or the principle of unconditional love and compassion for humanity, because she helps ground in and anchor the reminders of our divine principles of how to continue to ascend, how to continue to embody our higher self in our Christ consciousness in our physical body and into our life. Welcome in, Danica, and everybody else that's present. Army of Light, Path of the Peaceful Warrior. Nice. Path of the Peaceful Warrior. Yeah, that sounds like a Kuan Yin. I was just talking about the Sophia Code. Nice. Yeah, it's a super powerful book, especially the meditations that are in it. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Mott before, but we're going to go ahead and go over the 42 laws of Mott. And ancient Kemet in Egypt, these were divine principles that they embodied and took into their sacredness of their life and taught it to their children and families and all their communities. So we'll go ahead and go over these 42 laws. Let me zoom in a little bit for you guys. All right. So the first one, and you'll find many different versions of these, and it'll be worded a little bit differently. So just feel what resonates for you, and you can always take it or leave it. Remember that. But the first one is, I have not committed sin. So what is sin? Sin is basically giving into the illusions as the truth. It's identifying with the outside world as who you are. That is what sin is. So sin is when you realize, or when you're in the embodiment, or when you're in the consciousness of believing that you're separate from the source and that you are not of Christ consciousness. So that's sin and what that originally means. Now, sin has been misinterpreted, it's been skewed, it's been manipulated through many different wordings and different texts. But that's what sin originally means, is basically being in the embodiment that you believe you're separate from the source. So then, number 2, I have not committed robbery with violence. Number 3, I have not stolen. Number 4, I have not slain men or women. I have not stolen food. I have not swindled offerings. I have not stolen from god, goddesses. Now, when it says god, goddess, it means man or woman. They spoke as god or goddess, king and queen, because they saw the divinity within every human being, rather than their lower nature in calling them by a lower identity. They see man and woman as god and goddess of the I am. So that's what it means by god, goddess. You could also say brothers or sisters or other humans. So I have not stolen from god or goddess. I have not been exclusively angry. I have not cursed god, goddess. I have not behaved with violence. I have not caused disruption of peace. I have not acted hastily or without thought. I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. I have not stolen what belongs to god, goddess. I have not overstepped my boundaries of concern. Oof, that's a good one right there. I have not overstepped my boundaries of concern. Concern is a disease when we allow it to consume us, because that creates a strong attachment, which takes us out of the godlyhood. I have not cursed anyone in thought, words, or deeds. I have not stolen from or disrespected the deceased. I have not destroyed property belonging to god and goddess. I have not taken food from a child. I have not been angry without reason. I have not seduced anyone's wife or husband. I have not closed my ears to truth. I have not terrorized anyone. I have not disobeyed the law. Now, when it says the law, we're talking about universal law. I have not told lies. I have not carried away food. I have not cursed. I have not polluted myself. I have not committed adultery. I have not made anyone cry. I have not felt sorrow without reason. I have not assaulted anyone. I have not worked evil. I have not used evil thoughts, words, or deeds. I have not polluted the waters. I have not spoken angrily or arrogantly. I have not falsely accused anyone. I have not placed myself on a pedestal. I have not acted with injustice. Dropper. I am not deceitful, and I have not stolen anyone's land. So those are the 42 laws of Mott. Seems pretty simple, really. But you'd be surprised with how much intoxication, how much trauma, how much blockages, and how much ignorance is in this dimension of the third dimension, that a lot of these character flaws, or I should say a lot of these characteristics, we're seeing the flaws of them in this society and on this planet for a long time. So that's why these 42 divine principles are here and here to stay for us to forever study on this human journey, thanks to Mother Mott and her order with the pink ray. Because with this compassion for wanting to help humanity and to give us these principles to help remind us of our divinity and to continue to ascend in our frequency in the way that we use our consciousness, you know, it'd be very tough to navigate in these realms without these reminders, because we get so saturated in feelings and emotions, traumas, propaganda, and other things that we forget about these kind of things in life, because we might get consumed by our own self, or we might be manipulated and controlled. So you guys can always look these up, the 42 Laws of Mott. There's many images and sites that have it all over. And something I did when I first came about these was I printed them out and put them up on my wall. And then at least once a day, I'll go over to them and I'd recite them. And that would help reprogram and balance my being into this embodiment. The good old 42 Laws of Mott. All right, let's talk about crystals now. We're going to talk about some crystals and how we can use crystals to connect us with this beautiful, compassionate, and unconditional love, self-love, pink ray of light. So there's only a few crystals I'm going to really go over here. And the first one we have is rose quartz. Rose quartz is the OG. I feel like we just about all know what rose quartz is. But rose quartz is like one of the most significant stones that helps us with the pink ray of light. Now I'll go ahead and just pull it up on the screen for you guys so you can see for yourself properties of rose quartz. All right, rose quartz. So rose quartz is known as the heart stone, symbolizes unconditional love, emotional healing, and this promotes compassion, peace, and self-acceptance. Emotional healing, it is renowned for its ability to heal emotional wounds, promote self-love, and foster compassion. It encourages the release of negative emotions and helps individuals develop a positive self-image. It also connects with the heart chakra, and you can also add that it helps with the higher heart chakra as well. It enhances love and emotional balance and opens the heart to all forms of love, including self-love, family love, and romantic love. It's also a good stone for attracting love into your life, whether it's through a relationship, a romance, or healthier connections like community. The next crystal we have is rhodochrosite. So rhodochrosite is a manganese carbonate mineral, and it's known for its rose-colored appearance, ranging from pale pink to vibrant raspberry. Rhodochrosite comes from the Greek word rhodon, which means rose and chroma. It's associated with love and compassion, and it symbolizes selfless love and emotional healing. Rhodochrosite is believed to enhance confidence and release tension caused by anxiety. So there's rhodochrosite, and then there's I think rhodonite as well. Yep, rhodonite. So rhodonite, very similar, but a little bit different. Rhodonite helps with dissolving emotional wounds, promotes self-love. It's the stone of compassion, and it helps with emotional healing. It's also favored by Russian Tsars as a traditional wedding gift. Wow, that's pretty cool. I also see here it says it helps with dissolving the walls around the heart. So if you feel like you're a little blocked up, a little traumatized in the heart, then rhodonite is really good at helping clear out those old memories and old attachments and old emotions that are causing blockages in your heart due to, either like toxic relationships or just unhealthy friendships, being betrayed, things of that nature that could cause blockages in our heart chakra. Oh, I love it. Rose quartz giggles and loves to draw out all forms of pain. There's a huge rose quartz tombstone near me. 2 deaths, one on my birth year, the other on my birthday. Love to visit and be present in this energy. Wow, a rose quartz tombstone. What a beautiful way to allow that spirit to be able to feel free and alchemize out of this dimension. That's incredible. Man, we should start considering that a little bit more. Putting things like rose quartz and high frequencies in the tombstones or just around the death energy so that, these beings, their soul and their spirit can feel free to leave this dimension and not feel attached to this world. I mean, it's so key in the multidimensional journey. All right, so now I have another one for us, and it's flower agate. Flower agate is a grounding stone known for its encouragement of self-growth, emotional balance, and transformation. It is deeply connected to the heart chakra and the higher heart chakra for promoting spontaneity and joy. This crystal is often associated with new beginnings and helps individuals realize their full potential by fostering clarity and commitment to their dreams. Additionally, flower agate features unique floral formations within its structure, which enhances its appeal and significance in crystal healing. And then it says here that it helps manifest your goals, it reduces stress, and it honors your sacred feminine. And it also connects the heart and the root chakra. That's a pretty unique aspect right there that these other crystals don't really do. It connects the heart chakra to the root chakra, which is so cool because it activates the heart, but then it grounds it to the earth so that you're feeling grounded and stable and confident with your heart being open, which also protects you as well. Grounding equals protection. And I do have some flower agate right here for you guys to examine. And I got this flower agate tower from Organics Essence LLC, which is owned by Lunar Queen, who is a wonderful member in my Sacred Kingdom community. Single mother of 2 little kiddos in Louisiana. And she is in her first year of independently owning her first online crystal shop. You guys can support her. She's a great heart-based person. Very affordable prices on the pocket. Amazing quality stones, many different shapes. I mean, just look at that agate, man. You don't find this kind of stuff everywhere, especially for the price. I mean, she's got flames, towers, sapphires, of all sorts of different stones for less than $100 that you can get And she also does like sign up points, all that good stuff. Then put it on the screen for you guys. The website. It's organics with an s.com. And it's also in the description as well of this live. You guys can just go look in the description. There you go. So it's organicsessencellc.com. And it's owned by Lunar Queen. So yeah, you guys can get any of these pink ray crystals through her site, as well as the other rays of light that we have gone over and will go over. She'll be my #1 reference when it comes to crystals. She has hooked me up big time. Like, I want to share this with you guys. Take a look at this. You know, she has like these kind of towers here, and they're all under $100. And these towers, wow. Thousand-eyed jasper. Crazy lace agate. I mean, these are just beauties. You can see there's like little natural geodes. And also, I'm going to be doing a giveaway on Thursday around 4 p.m. Eastern, live. And all you guys have to do is just tune in live and be present for the giveaway to be eligible. But I'll be collaborating with Organics Essence during that giveaway. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move into our final segment of this live with the pink ray. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a moment to take a pause. And then I'm going to pull a card from the Kuan Yin Oracle deck to close us out with a Kuan Yin message for us in the pink ray. Oh yeah, also, Sacred Serenity Healer, Ashley Ballard. She is a sister in my community that I have connected with for a little while, but she makes homemade rose water. And she uses all natural organic ingredients, locally sourced from a wonderful sister named Jean Wilkerson that is here in Ohio, Kentucky area. But it's all natural, organic, locally sourced rose water. And you guys can get this from Ashley Ballard. And I'll put that down in the description for you guys so you guys can check it out and get yourself some if you would like. All right, so let's take a pause. Then we'll be back and we'll do our closing oracle message.
Why do so many seekers say their lives changed after one weekend in nature? Could a drum beat really open your heart? Come find out at Soul Family Rising. On September 13th and 14th, journey with us to Lake Hope in the heart of Zaleski State Forest, Ohio, for a 2-night elemental drum medicine retreat like no other. Surrounded by ancient trees and fresh air, you'll step into a true soul family, where connection, healing, and laughter are all part of the rhythm. Our flow shops are led by an incredible team. Christina Cheyenne of Sacred Vibrations, Victoria Ann Ilg, Heather Lynn of Heart Alchemy Wellness, and Marcus ChristoLight of Sacred Light. They'll guide you in elemental practices that bring balance and clarity, tapping into earth, water, fire, air, and spirit. Plus, don't miss our special guest, Chuck Wilson of Walkin' Drums, a master shamanic drum maker whose drum flow shop is truly unforgettable. Whether you're new to drumming or a seasoned spirit traveler, you'll feel the power of rhythm to awaken and heal. All meals, blessed with love and gratitude by grandmother Katie Singing Eagle, are included, with vegetarian options so everyone feels nourished. Bring your kids, your parents, your friends. This retreat is truly family-friendly, with ages 8 and under free, 9 to 16 just $20, and adults only $55 for the whole weekend. Camping, meals, flow shops, all covered. Just bring yourself, an open heart, and a sense of wonder. Space is limited, so register now by scanning the QR code or visiting the link on our flyer. Questions? Text Marcus ChristoLight at 513-238-5580. This September, let's rise together. Your soul family is waiting.
Soul Fam Rising. 2 days in retreat with mental healing workshops, roughly from Hawking Hills, in the middle of the state forest with a beautiful lake, and it's going to be a good one. Join us. Reach out if you have questions. Very affordable rates. Family friendly, no alcohol, no hard drugs at all. All right, from the Kuan Yin Oracle to close out with our pink ray, we have the card number 3, Blossoms of the Sky Dancer. Blossoms of the Sky Dancer. Let's go ahead and read about it. So it says Kuan Yin is a being of divine feminine power. She dances with the sky. She dances with the sky. The heavenly powers of inspiration. And as a result, life blooms around her. Kuan Yin brings her guidance that you are creating something important right now. Something that is aligned with heavenly forces. I love that. Something that is aligned with heavenly forces and light that is significant for the path of spiritual awakening on this planet. Whether you're fully conscious of it or not, it is happening. Your spiritual light is flowing into the physical plane with the intention to manifest certain life situations and circumstances. These manifestations are in accordance with your spiritual path, and Kuan Yin will support you in their manifestation with her sky dance, which calls the divine light of inspiration and support into earthly creation, so that we can experience the divine in form here on earth. The way of the sky dancer Kuan Yin is the Yin way, or the way of divine magnetism. Yin power is the conscious and beingness that allows us to draw into our lives that which we desire. We become attractive to it. Wealth, well-being, peace, passion, purpose, friendship, support, success, and so on. Rather than going out and striving for it as though we do not have it within us already, we can grow in our ability to simply be and become simultaneously until we experience it physically in our lives. It is only a matter of time until it happens. To cultivate yin power or feminine power, to allow creation to manifest in your physical reality, you can focus more on allowing, flowing, surrendering, and participating in the greater flow rather than the usual ways in Western culture of doing. Making things happen, forcing, intending, and holding. Kuan Yin guides you now to balance doing with being. Beingness is presence. It is appreciation. It is joyful, stillness, and wonder. It is the realization within that you are a spiritual magnet, and whatever you want to attract, you can, simply by cultivating the qualities you seek to experience externally, but within you. She guides you to skydance with her now, to become receptive to heavenly energies, and to allow the manifestations to blossom like flowers falling from her divine feet. Ashe. Skydance. Skydance, Skydance, the Kuan Yin Oracle. Allow yourself to be receptive. Honor your time of self-care. And know that the more that you care for yourself and you nurture yourself and keep yourself healthy, well, clear, and vibrant, your magnetism will flow through you even deeper. And you'll be able to reach further out in what it is you attract to manifest. And you'll also have more ease, more peace, and more inner stability in the way that you go through your everyday life and go through your experiences as well. Blossoms of the Sky Dancer, number 3, is where we close out today on this beautiful episode of the third ray, the pink ray of Grand Rising with ChristoLight. I want to thank you all that have tapped in and tuned in, whether it's live or on this replay. And I just want to give gratitude for your presence, for your time, your energy, and contributing to this sacred space. If you guys would like to support, just please like, share, and subscribe. Send the playlist over to anybody that you feel could really resonate with this knowledge. And also, I accept donations. You guys can always donate to me anytime for all that I do and all that I share. As it's not expected, but I am grateful for any that I do receive, as I will continue to be here and do what I do either way. You guys can look at the ticker below for anything like Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo to donate. You guys can always reach out with questions. You guys can book one-on-one healing services with me, whether it's online or in person. You guys can sign up for my retreats, or you can ask about my retreats. And you guys can also get Reishi coffee and check out the Sacred Kingdom community as well. I'll go ahead and give you guys my link page where you guys can access every bit of this on one page. And it is listen.to/sacredlight33. So that right there is my link page, social medias, the YouTube, Reishi Coffee, my one-on-one healing services, my retreat signups, and much more, all right there for you. For days, I've been acknowledging how strange I love every color except pink, making me nearly physically ill for wanting to move beyond this. Love this so much. Wow, how beautiful is that? What a great way for you to be able to activate a more healthier relationship with this pink ray of light within your human consciousness. Thank you, Danica, for sharing that. It's very, very beautiful and such a blessing to be able to share this space and allow this experience to take place for you. Alright guys, that does it for today. I will be live tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, for the 4th ray, and that is going to be the white ray. So we'll be talking about the white ray of light tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys then.
(2023) Mother Gaia, third dimensional planet, ascending. Thank you from the Sacred Light Broadcast Network and Sacred Light Productions for tapping in and tuning in to all live and replay content, holistic, conscious, for your empowerment. Tap in to the ChristoLight within. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember that you are the one that you have been looking for. Enjoy this content. If you would like to collaborate or receive production through myself, Marcus ChristoLight, direct message or email me at marcustut23@gmail.com to discuss details. Wholeness and balanced love. Ashe.